Hello and welcome to another video here on the BOTG channel. Today I'm on the Alpine 6 over near Thruscross, if I can pronounce it right, Thruscross Reservoir, north of Otley in the Washburn Valley. And we're going to be going up over the tops for a little bit of a mountain bike ride that's not on the EEB because we have got the Italy trip coming up and I wanted something that was a little bit chillaxed. So you can join me, I'll find it, you can ride it. Welcome to the BOTG channel. Welcome to the Dickadocker Dixon Blaster here in North Otley, and it feels so great to be back on the traditional bike. Oh yeah, feels great. Hoping we have a good ride today. Well, isn't that beautiful? It's not often you get a beautifully green grassy bridleway like this, but of course we don't know what's hiding underneath. Way up. Brilliant. Brilliant. So we're now on Barden Moor, and up ahead the heather is absolutely beautiful at this time of year, an amazing purple colour, and we'll see if we can get some nicer footage as we get down there, or up there. You may have noticed that I haven't got shin pads on today, or elbow pads, because I did a bit of research before this actually ride, and there's nothing really that's technical or dodgy. However, on one of my recent rides, I was going down a bridleway, and probably a rock, maybe this size, actually got dug in somehow in my front wheel, on my front tyre, and I was giving it some, and as it spun round, it hit me square in the shin. Now I had shin pads on, luckily. However, it hit it that hard that it actually knocked my entire foot off the pedal. Now we've got some spiky goodness or some DMR volts on the e-bike, so my foot kind of got back on really quickly. But it just shows you, some people don't wear shin pads or anything at all. It only takes a simple thing like that, even when you're not coming off, to ruin your whole day.
There are lots of fantastic bridleways on this trail, both up and down. Some are chunky, some are smooth, but just make sure that your body position on the bike is in the right place. We don't want anybody coming off at speed, especially if you're out there riding solo, which is part of the sport I really, really do enjoy.
Nice little reprieve. As you can see, it's very remote out here. Just how we like it. We're going to be heading up to Forest Road now.
As with everything in our sport, you've got to earn those downhills, and while there are on screen, you see me blasting down here, there is some uphills, so you're going to have your veggie Marmite sandwiches in order to get to the top. Yes, it's a shock when you go back onto the traditional bike, but I genuinely feel that the downhills on this traditional are awesome, but it really, I think this trail is better on an e-mountain bike.
Well, believe it or not, I've actually decided I was going to blast up here. I was in the zone, you know, when you're in the zone and you feel like I want to feel the burn. So I blasted up this trail behind me, and I actually had a bit of a whitey. I felt a little bit sick, like, bleh, bleh. So I've had to have a stop. Even though it's cloudy today, it's really humid, and I'm just sweating buckets, or I was sweating buckets. So I've decided to get off the bike, have a dark chocolate bounty, which cures all known illnesses when you wash it down with Yorkshire tea. But yeah, whew, I know what you're going to say. Bloody e-bike rider. Sling your hook. Let's go, Orangina. Let's go. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit. Where are you? There you are. Bless you. Morning, ladies. Pleasant day for a rog. A rog? A jog. Well done, you beat me. Oh God. You beat me. Well done, ladies. As we get to the very top of this bridleway, it feels very much akin to Mastiles Lane. So if you've ridden at Mastiles Lane, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Not the steepest, not the fastest, but it's a definite slog all the way up the hill from the bottom of the valley there. When the temperature's, well, when the cloud's low and the temperature's high, the humidity, it's actually quite hard to breathe if you're giving it some. I'm actually being eaten to death here by midges. So if you're going to come and do this ride, don't let the gradients put you off and think it's going to be nothing. Those rocks are chunky, they'll kill your energy, and you definitely want to bring some more water. Let's go before we get eaten to death. After that race with the hare, I think it was the hare, I wasn't sure if it was the rabbit, and the sheep, we're now going to be heading down towards Hebden Road. So that's kind of like your worst, or should I say the steepest kind of climb section on these bridleways up to the top. So, morning, ladies. Nice to get down for a change of terrain actually, and a change of surface. Oh, not you want to race as well?
I must be one of the only mountain bikers out there that actually enjoys road sections. It just gives you that break from the aggressiveness and the concentration that we have to put in sometimes downhill, and gives us a reprieve. And if you can find a right road that's got plenty of flow to it, I actually really enjoy it. Now, there isn't a mass amount on this trail, probably less than a mile, but take that into account.
You could really get some speed up down here, but we're just chilling out today. We're now heading towards Harlington, which is about a mile and a half, 2 miles away. We have a bit of a downhill before we come to probably the last major uphill, and as the temperature's dropped, it is a lot more pleasant, although the midges are out in force. Whew, yeah. Just take a moment and listen. Well, I don't mind telling you that this last uphill sucks big time. It never ends. It never ever ends. Of course it does. This is actually the trail and the road back up and out of Appletreewick. But my God, is that a climb? You think you're at the top and then you look at the GPX. No chance boots. You better keep going. But as we get to the top, we end up on the last leg back towards the car. So far, brilliant ride. You really have got to earn those downhills on this ride. But that bridleway that went all the way down, the grassy goodness all the way down into Appletreewick, where you can get a drink or a coffee, or in my case a ginger ale in the water flask, makes it all worth it. But save that energy, because this is a climb and a half. Whew! I can't do the end bit. There's so many midges. I am literally getting bitten alive here. Jesus. Anyway, what I was trying to say was that was probably the worst uphill for draining your stamina and just never ending. A little bit like the sewing line that we did at Bardon Moor, a little bit like the kettlewell killer, but longer, much longer. So it's going to be great now to end this ride. I have had enough now. That will make a man or a woman out of you, put it that way. Yeah, it was that bad. Didn't enjoy that at all.
Well, that brings us to the back end of this ride, and what can I say about this trail? First off, I think it would be better on an e-mountain bike, purely because there are some sublime downhills and some bridleways that are so enjoyable on a traditional bike, but the last uphill from Appletreewick absolutely sucked big time. It was awful. It just felt like it was never ever going to end. If you imagine trails such as Mastiles Lane, the Bardon Moor or the Kettlewell Killer, well, times those by 10. Really didn't enjoy the last bit. But again, if you're on an e-mountain bike, you'll really enjoy this. Just as you get to the Pocklington Stones right at the top of the peak, you think, that's it. Well, no, unfortunately, you've got more. To summarise this trail, fantastic, absolutely sublime bridleways and some single track, really fast, amazing views, a fantastic ride. But it really would be better for you, and you'll enjoy it more if you do this on an e-mountain bike. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe and share and all that good stuff, and show me some love, and I shall see you in another video coming real soon where I'll find it, you can ride it.